Okay, channeling live today. I already did all the prepping thing, so in the zone. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I was guided to get straight up and do this message. So, opening the door, whatever that may mean. 2024 is about creating your own opportunity. So, you can have a lot of opportunities. You can finally get to where you're going, but you have to be the initiator. You have to be in alignment, have your vibration in alignment with the thing that you claim that you desire. Um, as we said last year, or as I heard last year, you know, want is different than desire. So, um, desire is lasting, is strong, it is resilient. It you know pushes through things. It doesn't allow obstacles to get it off its path. That type of thing. Want is just, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Like, you're always gonna want things, you know. You can want Uber Eats, but it's not in alignment with your monthly budget type thing. Okay, well, skip the meal and then the next day you're probably over it. You're like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Whereas like, oh, I'm craving it, I'm craving it, I'm craving it. You don't always give in to your cravings. Sometimes you just have to be like, nah, let me just ride it out with the little stuff we have in the cupboard and keep it moving. You know, but desire is like, it's intense. You know, you desire to have a life where you can eat as much Uber Eats as you want and the budget won't matter, you know, type thing like that. Like, desire is lasting. So, um, yeah, know the difference between what is just a fleeting want and what is a true desire, something that, you can live your whole life in alignment with it and pursue it, and achieve it, things like that. There's something I'm looking for, but I forgot. Doesn't matter. um, yeah, I don't feel like I should pull cards yet. There's something else on that note. Oh, yeah, to finish the thought. Right. So 2024 is about creating your own opportunity, meaning, um, you can have what you want or what you truly desire, but you have to first get clear about what that is, what paths you want to take. The people that you're meant to find this year or on your journey will likely start to come this year. But who are you hanging around? Like where are you putting your energy? Are you investing your energy in petty bullshit, things that get you angry, things that get you like, oh, she stabbed me in the back, da 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 da, like the drama aspect? Or are you getting in alignment with like, yo, I'm gonna go do a spiritual bath and then go do a float therapy session and actually enroll in therapy and, start writing more and getting clear about things, healing past wounds and traumas and stuff like that. So instead of focusing on drama, focusing on healing the trauma. Hey, that's a bar. Copyright 2024 by me. Anyways, but seriously, not by me, by Amer Panthera, in case anybody's name out there is me. There might be somebody named me. You don't know. Anyways, um, yeah, yeah. Opportunity. Something else to say about that, but I'm gonna just pull cards now because, like I said, I'm channeling something, so it's like the energy is like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's it's not really all over. It's like it's very subtle. It's a very quiet energy. It's a very subtle and quiet energy. A lot of readings that I've been seeing, and I think the last reading that I did myself was the Hermit came out, Hermit mode, which in the wintertime is usually that type of vibe anyway. Like, it's all gloomy and cloudy and whatever outside, and it's cold and it's raining, so it's like, all right. And anyways, like, because I always tell people, like, the new year is does not start in January. All right, let's get that first and foremost. It doesn't start in January. I know we celebrated in January, but that's because there was a Roman emperor and his council, and they decided that they wanted the new year to start on January 1st. You can go look the shit up. All right. The spring equinox is when the new year starts. It's in March, right? And think about that. Why? Why would you start everything brand new when everything outside is dead? There's nothing blooming right now. There's no new creation right now. Now is the time to sit back and let the stuff rest. Let yourself rest. You know, we just had harvest time, which is the fall, you know, September, October type thing. Now, in Kemet or ancient Egypt, in Kemet, they used to, celebrate the new year around then, September, because it's like, okay, there's bounty, and that's when they were able to harvest their crops and things like that. But if you go look at most ancient civilizations, they celebrate the new year in March. In Ethiopia, they still celebrate the new year in March. You know, Ethiopia is like one of the origins of humanity, straight up, like of all humanity. Um, Now the Caucasoids, I mean, they have their own story, living in caves and things, but uh, even if you want to take it back to Pangea, whatever, Africa is the heartland of civilization, literally of humans. So Ethiopia is one of those places that is highly regarded for original civilization, and they still celebrate it in March. Now, why I bring that up is because think about the difference between the springtime and everything pollinating, and you've got, it's just busy. It's busy season. You know what I'm saying? The bees are jumping from this to this to this to this to this, and the butterflies are doing this and this and this and this. And it's like everything is finally coming to fruition and blooming. Right now, everything is dead. And you have certain animals that are hibernating and things like that. So if you find yourself right now, well, you should be getting frustrated with yourself right now. If you feel frustrated, like, damn, I really wanted to have this, and this moving, and it's not moving yet, it's wintertime. Chill out. Seriously, chill out. Um, and so, with that being said, use this time to reflect, use this time to chill, use this time to understand what relaxation looks like. Some of us are so hardwired to just move, 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 and then it's like, oh shit, I don't know myself. Well, how can you know yourself if you always moving around, worried about everybody else? You know, or how could you understand what you do truly desire if you never sit the hell down and sit with your own mind and figure things out? You know, it seems so simple, but in today's society, it's really not. It's really not. In today's society, is like you're expected to constantly be moving. You're expected to be always available, always have your phone on you. You know, be constantly attached to the newest news cycle or the newest thing or the newest social media trend or the newest whatever the fuck, whatever they care about. I don't know. Everybody, supposedly 2023 was a hard year. I have no clue what happened in 2023. Honestly, I don't. I don't know anything that happened in the news except something my dad told me about the Trump trial or whatever, and I watched The Voice. Everything else, I have no clue. Oh, there was a young woman standing outside of Starbucks saying Starbucks supports genocide, and so I looked up a little couple things about that. But for the most part, I don't know nothing that happened in the news. I don't care about nothing that happened in the news. That shit is meant to keep you in a fear cycle because fear is strong. You want to control the power, the minds of men and women. You want to control the minds of humanity. You do it through fear because fear is stronger than love. Fear is stronger than most things. All right. Fear has people do things out of desperation or things that they might not normally do when they're thinking with a clear head and a clear mind, a clear heart, all right, a clear body. Shit, how can you have a clear body when you're constantly digesting, taking in negativity? Answer that for me, please. Answer the question. You can't. You can't. If you're focused on that, that's what you're gonna get more of. I had a beautiful 2023. I don't know about how it was a hard year and this thing and that thing and whatever the fuck else. All right. It's about what you put your attention to. Now I'm not gonna say there wasn't some difficulties, but like last year was a very, I kept telling people before the year started, I said it's gonna be about bounty and kind of like I just see gold and championships and things like that. All right, so personally, gold represents, like you hear people that practice alchemy, you hear them talk about gold all the time. Now some people think they mean, oh, you're literally turning this precious metal lead into precious metal gold type thing. You're turning scraps into something valuable. But the alchemical process is about mental alchemy. It's about personal growth and personal transformation. So for me personally, it was literally going through the steps of taking the lump of coal or whatever I had originally and turning it into gold. Okay? So it was a year of personal growth and personal transformation, which can be painful. However, like I said, working through the traumas, going and seeing a therapist type thing, uh, intaking information that helps you, watching sitcoms and laughing, going out and having fun, like going to Dave and Buster's on a Wednesday just because, and because they have half off games. I'm not a sponsor for them. I'm just saying, Dave and Buster's half off games. They got $5 drinks and $5 food. Now the food, I mean, after a certain point, you're going to get to a point where you don't want to put that type of stuff into your body. However, you can still play the games, you know what I mean, for half off. So, and save the card so you don't have to keep buying the card activation fee or whatever the hell. I say all that because, yeah, just doing random things, just learning, getting back to joy, getting back to fun. Everything don't have to be so tense and tough all the time, you know? It's not really about making your life hard in order to feel like you deserve something. That's another thing that's taught today is like you have to make your life very, very, very difficult in order to see any type of bounty or fruition. And that's just not true. What you really need to do is be open to all possibilities. The thing is, you feel like in today's world, you're taught if you don't work hard, you don't get reward. That's absolutely false. It's absolutely false. There's a lot of times where you can get a reward without quote unquote working hard. But you have to have your mind open and looking for the opportunity. You have to have your mind open and looking for any possibility. You could get an inheritance right now. You don't know. You know what I mean? You could get an inheritance. You could get a settlement. You could stumble across somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that can get your dream up and running. It's not always about, I got to work 12, 14 hours a day, 60 hours a week just to get my dream done. That's not always how it goes. Just being on the fucking laptop all day. All right? Sometimes it's you pull inspiration from watching a movie, wasting, quote unquote, wasting 2 hours of your life. Wasting 2 hours of your time can actually turn into a spark and an idea that you need. That spark and that idea, you might mention it to somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and now all y'all working on a project together. So you have to be open to the different possibilities. It's not always money comes just from grinding yourself down and being constantly in a state of stress and worry and anxiety as if that's going to bring you what you want in life or what you truly desire. You know, that type of energy actually blocks your abundance and prosperity. That type of energy blocks your blessings. You have to be open and free, flow, like lightness. If you have light around you, not just the light within, I'm talking about just lightness, like a light energy around you instead of this dense, heavy, negative type energy. You have a very light, I don't know. I don't even want to say positive because it's not even about being positive all the time. It's just like understanding that even when you have the worst situation or the terrible situation, you're like, all right, but I see a solution. Instead of focusing on the problem, and getting weighed down with the problem, you look and say, you know what? But I see a solution. I see an opportunity for growth here. I see an opportunity for learning, that type of thing. So now, I think we're ready for the cards. Boom. I'm gonna start with the animal. I picked up the muse. I'm gonna start with the animal and see whose energy we truly have today. Oh shit! I dropped the book. That's not good. Let me see. All right, got it back. I could. Let me just move this out the way. Get recombobulated. I don't think that's a word. But the opposite of discombobulated would be combobulated, right? Who knows? Man, my hand still ain't stretching like normal. 2024 year of opportunity, but you got to create it. Like I said, you're gonna come across. You can come across. There's a potential to come across the right people, the right situations at the right timing. You know, sometimes you think you're ready for something, and then months later you're like, "Oh shit, I'm glad." Like lately, I've been saying, "I'm glad I didn't launch when I thought," or "I'm glad I didn't do this, this, and this when I thought I was ready," because now I see things through a different lens, and that different lens is helping me, you know, amplify the return on investment 16 times, 60 times over. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like you're impatient because you feel like I'm ready to go, but then you'd spend like a few months not going, and you're like, oh shit, that's it right there. That's what I needed right there. So you could use this winter time to do that, or just, you know, get prepared. I'm not saying don't work on anything right now, but don't be so like on a deadline, so tight, so uptight about it, or expecting everything to just work out right now in January. You know, that's why most people can't stick to their resolutions, is because their mindset is not right yet. If you don't have the right mindset to push through workouts, then guess what you're not gonna do? Stick with your workouts until May, June, you know, July, August, October. You're not gonna keep working out and worried about counting calories in October because you never shifted your mindset to do the weight loss for you, or to do the program for you, or to really truly do it for the betterment of your future self. You're worried on temporary solutions or temporary fixes. What pill can I take? What's the fastest way to lose weight? What's da 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 da? Fastest way to lose weight is time. It's consistency. It's consistency, and then you will see results. You know, but most people want to expect. You hear the siren going off right now in the back. Maybe you can't because I got the mic in a different position. But the point is, the tornado siren is going off right now. Right when I said that. So time, all right? Now I ain't freaking out. Every Saturday of the month they do a test because they were not prepared when the tornado hit several years ago. And a new one just hit, I think, a couple weeks, maybe a month or two ago. Look, man, ain't no animals coming out. Let me stop talking and focus. I guess I'm talking because it's like nothing's coming out. Consistency and opportunity. Da, 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 da. Any animals want to come? Show us the energy. Maybe I should have started with the muse deck. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. I feel like I should take this one on top. I guess none of them's flipping out today, but I had a feeling to take the one on top, so I'm gonna take the one on top. Alright, I'm gonna take the one on top for now. Or that was on top. And then I'm gonna what's the word? I'm gonna pull again at the end of the reading and see. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what we're gonna do today. What did we get? Oh, all right. Interesting. White rhinoceros. Stability, confidence, steadiness, abundance. Steadiness, yo. Well, I said consistency. Steady pace. You'll finally get there. But that's nice. Stability being rooted in yourself. Confidence ties into that. And then you get abundance in all aspects of life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You know, when you're rooted in you and you, because you've taken the time to know you instead of distracting yourself with everybody else, you start to get to places of abundance and prosperity because there's no other option. When you, again, this is about knowing what you truly desire. What is in alignment with you? What are you in alignment with right now and potentially in the future? You know, the future doesn't exist till you create it. That's facts. Whoa, I think I just saw it and then I skipped it. Boom. It doesn't exist. His only moment is now. The only moment is now. What if you're not alive in 2028? Then you can't claim that as your future because you're not here. You know what I mean? You might be here spiritually, but you're not here physically to live that year. So, anyways, back to the point. White rhinoceros, number 15, which is number 6. All right, that's family, that's home, that's that type of thing. I was gonna say kind of stability, but it's not always stability. 4 is more about practicality and the squareness of that type of stability and rootedness. But um, 6 does have to do with home. It does have to do with family as well. But I don't know, making your home. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And speaking of doors, right? What door are you going through? You know? Oh, let me turn this way. Y'all can see. I know the lighting is not the best from this camera, but it is what it is. I don't feel like having a lot of lights on today. Anyways, stability, confidence, steadiness, abundance. Red dusty plain, shrubs and desert trees, dry air, warm earth, warm, steady breath. Gray lashes blink slowly over dark eyes, reflecting strength and confidence. Second largest land animal, second largest land mammal next to elephant. Rhino's armored presence and 5-foot horn gives him an air of aggression, but in truth, he is a passive, peaceful grazer, roaming open spaces in the quiet of his own company. Quiet of own company. Then we talk about that hermit mode, baby. Take the time. Anyways, white rhino are the calmest and most sociable of all living species of rhinoceros. Living in small groups, they communicate with a wide variety of grunts, growls, snorts, squeaks, and bellows. They have highly sensitive hearing, a keen sense of smell, and an ability to run 30 miles per hour, about 50 kilometers an hour, with great agility, but much prefer wandering the savannah in quiet seclusion and wallowing in cool mud baths to protect their sensitive skin from sunburns and insect bites. As a vision of confidence, steadiness, and grounded abundance, Rhino appears to be happy to spend most of his days alone, and yet shares a unique symbiotic relationship with oxpeckers, who feed themselves on ticks from the rhino's body and return the favor by screeching out whenever danger is near. Taking it back to biology, symbiotic. Been a minute since I heard that. Anyways, the message. When Rhino enters your world, he comes with a message to breathe deep into your center and quietly remember who you are. You see what I'm saying, baby? You channel this shit. Alright. Anyways, breathe deep into your center and quietly remember who you are. A deeply magnificent being, way more powerful than you may even realize. Take time to stand in the sun and plant your feet in the soil. Feel your connection to all things. Allow your outer protective layers to relax, knowing they will be there to protect you if you need them. But now is the time to trust your strength to be yourself. But now is the time to trust your strength to be yourself and stand with quiet confidence in the world. Rhino's gift is to remind you that while life sometimes calls for moments of decisive and powerful action, our greatest strength is often found in the presence that we exude simply by owning our gifts and knowing who we are. Let's read that again. Rhino's gift is to remind you that while life sometimes calls for moments of decisive and powerful action, our greatest strength is often found in the presence that we exude simply by owning our gifts and knowing who we are. The key to avoiding power struggles with others is to first come to peace with the power residing deep within, knowing yourself. Spend time in contemplative solitude. Find comfort and sanctity in your own company. Worry not about ascending to the high plains. Now is the time to draw upon the grounded energy and abundance of the earth, to nurture yourself with the simple pleasures of life and the elements of earth, sun, and water. Find your version of Rhino's mud bath and give yourself the gift of full replenishment. Yo, I've been watching Parks and Rec lately, right? I can't believe that show is so old, quote unquote old. Anyways, they just had the episode about treat yourself. Treat yourself, right? So basically, if you've never watched the show, which I can't imagine, but if you've never seen it, two of the characters, kind of out there characters, basically they have this whole thing about treat yourself. So once a year, they go to the mall, they go to the spa, they go to wherever the hell they want to go, and they treat themselves. It doesn't matter how outlandish it is. It doesn't matter how, oh man, how unpractical it is. You know, like normally you'd be like, oh, I can't spend $60 on that because da da da. And then next month, fuck next month. All right, stick to your budget for this month as much as possible. But forget about next month could come next month. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. You might come across 400 extra dollars. Who knows? Right? So forget next month. The point is, if you would not normally spend that $60 on that thing, go spend $60 on that thing. Go treat yourself. Now, this is not financial advice, so don't come back and sue me. I'm just saying that in general, it's that time, it's that energy of like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and do that thing. I've been wanting to do it. I'm gonna go do it because you deserve it. Because why not? You know, you're not just here to pay bills and die. That's not what your life purpose is. All right. Most people live their life that way. Oh, I got to do this and that. Like they're always stressed about the next bill, next bill, next bill. Fuck the bills, man. All right. Like I said, stick to your budget if you can. But the point is, this is the time to like give a little bit back to you. You know, if you've been unable to or too stressed out to pay attention to you. You've been like giving all your money to get out of debt, to do this and do that. You haven't really had a lot of wiggle room. Take that extra $30 this month and just go spend it on something. Blow it on something. Whatever. Get what you need. Even if it's not something, maybe it's not something that you have to pay for. You know? Maybe it's just something that you've always kind of wanted to do. Like, do that for you. We started talking about in the beginning, I was saying about the float therapy, right? Now some of these places there's a spot near me that does it like in a spa type setting, and some places just do it where it's just pure float. But you know, that's a method of treating yourself to a little spa day type thing. Or a sound bath can be just as therapeutic or just as relaxing, just as well. Really, sound baths are really impactful too, because usually you get a lot of messages from them during your dreams that same night and then the next day or the next several days. So anyways, let's get back to this. um Give yourself the gift of full replenishment. When you merge back into the world, seek first to spend time with those who honor you most and celebrate your unique contribution. I like that. Seek first to spend time with those who honor you most and celebrate your unique contribution. Communicate your needs to your close allies and be conscious about respecting the often unspoken needs of others. Be open to unexpected partnerships with those whose gifts complement your own. That's what we were talking about early. Go back and rewind. Actually, no, stay live with me right now and then go back and rewind. The point is that we talked about that, all right? Being in alignment, you'll find the people that you need when you're in alignment with the thing that you truly desire. You can't bring in the people when your shit is all rocky and you don't have a true foundation and you think you want this, but then you want that, but then you want this, but then you want that. And I'm not one of these people that believe in the whole focus on one thing at one time. That's complete BS. You should focus on all your passions as much as you can, right? Because one passion could feed the other passion, feed the other passion. Or sometimes when you're like hitting a wall with one, you jump over to the other. Like if I'm not having it on the music end, then I jump into photography. If I'm not really feeling the photography, then I jump into the art. Like, you know what I mean? Having the different ones. Or even having where, maybe you're a sketch artist, but you also do poetry. There's no reason why you can't do both because then really you could do a poetry book with your own sketchings. You could sketch the stuff for your own poetry book and then go self-publish on Amazon. So I don't believe in the whole just focus in on one thing, become really good at sketching one thing, and then you would neglect this other side of you. You need both. You need balance, right? But I say all that to say that if you think you want to do skateboarding, but then like 3 weeks in, you're like, nah, I really want to do BMX. But then 3 weeks into that, you're like, nah, I really want to go kayaking. You can't really find or build sustainability or stability or a tribe that way, because you're like rocking with the BMX dudes, but now you're in the water kayaking with like more chill dudes and women that don't do that, more extreme sports. So um those are just examples coming to my head. I don't know, like now all of a sudden you're golfing, you know what I mean? Like those things have nothing to do with each other. Not to say don't try different things or explore life or whatever, but uh when you don't know who, I'll say it like this: it's one thing to be somebody that just has multiple interests. Maybe you do like golf and kayaking and BMX and skateboarding and this and maybe you like it all, right? But you know you at your core. You just happen to try different things. That's a completely different person than the type of person that is like they're really really into kayaking and that's their whole identity. Now they're really really into BMX and that's their whole identity. Now they're really really into archery and that's their whole identity. And now, oh shit, now they play tennis and basketball. Like those people are different people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like getting rooted and strong in who you are and understanding your core essence and then branching out to like trying the different things compared to thinking that you're the different entities or beings that appreciate all those different things. If all that makes sense. I think it does make sense, but anyways, let me read this last few sentences. Um, like I said, be open to unexpected partnerships with those whose gifts complement your own. When creative relationships flow, each brings a special part to the whole, and all are made stronger as a result. See, that says it perfectly. So each piece brings in the whole. Instead of you being fragmented and finding all these different pieces and being all over the damn place, you get rooted in you, and then you get the pieces to complement you along the way. And it's all feeding into one full you, one full being, one full truth, one full passion or purpose. One true purpose is fed by all these different things instead of you fragmenting yourself and putting yourself in all these different things. All right, cool, you get it now. Now, the end of this says, I am here to express myself powerfully in the world. I honor my gifts and the gifts of others. I stand strong and move with quiet confidence. My greatest power is the natural expression of who I am. And that right there, my friends, is the white rhinoceros here on our journey today. All right? Shit is beautiful. It's a beautiful card. You should go back and re listen until you get the message. Now, here's the muse. The muse, the muse. There is magic in truth. There is truth in my veins, where my blood speaks and soothe, and my mind has no reins. All right. Magic and truth, truth in my veins, where my blood speaks and soothe, and my mind has no reins. You know, they talk about dreaming with the lid off. A lot of times we limit our dreams or our visions or our passions or our purpose because we're focused on the practicality of it. No, have the dream first and then worry about the plan and how you're going to get there. Don't worry about the how. Just focus on what you truly desire now. The how will come. It will come. Eventually, you'll start to see things like, oh shit, okay, I didn't see that as an option. That's why I said remain and maintain an ability to be open to all possible options, all possibilities. Because you might think there's only two ways to do things, and there's really four. There's really four ways to do something, and you're focused on just the two ways because you think it's only two doors. It's four doors, and you can open each one of them. Now, yeah, you have to open one at a time. Whether you go in through the door is, up to you, or which door you go through. But each one of them will give you a lesson. Even if it's not the most positive experience, you will get a lesson. Maybe it will be the most positive experience. You have to open yourself to that possibility too. So, in any case, is this on here? I'm going to move this out the way. I'm going to put my people over here. It's probably not on camera still. Whatever. We already read this card. I'm going to just leave it here to the side. Leave that there. All right, cool. Oh, I'm trying to shuffle the book too. It's a Saturday morning. People are asleep. Oh, it's noon now. A little after noon. I don't really consider 12 afternoon though. You can say it's noon, but the afternoon is like 2 to 4. You know what I mean? 1 o'clock is just in between. It's just there. Man. These muscles have been sore. The muscles in between your fingers, man. 9 of voices. I don't know, man. It's like, so one is sleep like a baby, kind of curled up, like literally sleeping on cloud 9. In the nude, like just feeling like completely free and relaxed. But the other one is like kind of tense, kind of tight, but like holding on to something, like hoping that this thing will elevate her. I don't know, maybe holding on to a dream or a wish, something. There's a card. You could look at it. If the camera will focus. Come now. Focus, focus. I guess I gotta put the light over here. I'm not gonna do that right now though. Yo, come on, focus. There we go. There we go. Alright. I might have to just put this on manual focus in a minute. Oops. Oh, this lens doesn't have it on the side. Whatever. Y'all see it. It's good enough. Y'all figure it out. It's okay. That's not okay. Damn it. Some guy the other day, some scientist was talking about how humming for 10 minutes a day actually heals your body, could change your life. And it's crazy because it's really like it's just resonant frequencies. Like the ancestors have told us for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years that frequencies heal. Frequencies heal the body. And you get these science types of these people out here like, I don't believe in that, da 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 da. But now that their Western medicine is telling you, like they've done studies and have imaging and da 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 on it, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's truth. Listen, sound heals. Sound has been used not just the sound baths like I was talking about, but like, well, that's a perfect example. Sound baths. If you ever done a sound bath or have never done one, you should do one. And different frequencies are played with the singing bowls, and these different frequencies have different effects on the energy centers in the body. Now, I don't want to just talk about like the basic 7 chakras. There's way more than 7 chakras. Nobody ever talks about the other ones. But the point is that, you know, toxins in the body, getting cells in alignment, different things like that. Like there's this thing of partially about neuroplasticity, but basically you train the cells in your body, right? So they do their job on their own, but you train them in the sense of if you always have the aggression or the emotion of anger, right? You always have the emotion of anger, and there's 6 receptors on that cell. When that cell splits off, now there's 12 receptors on that new cell, expecting anger, because that's what you always cling to. So now you're literally magnifying that emotion within your body. If you were to flip that emotion and say, put it into excitement, you have the emotion of excitement. Your brain is now trained to look for the excitement. So when that cell splits off, now you have excitement running through the body instead of anger running through the body. Now there's different forms of healthy anger, but most people's anger is petty anger. You're mad that somebody didn't do some shit, somebody cut you off in traffic, whatever. The point is that, you know, that does go into the realms of neuroplasticity, where you could literally rewire the neurotransmitters in your brain because you are training these cells in your body to expect one thing instead of the other. And this is from somebody that used to be serious pessimist, very cynical, and understanding the abundance mindset and accepting possibility and positivity, and saying like, you know what, instead of what can go wrong, what can go right, maybe this can go right type thing. So I say all that to say that different frequencies impact the body, different frequencies impact the mind. Those 808s that they use in trap music, literally called trap, but those music, the music that is in popularity has very heavy, dense 440 hertz type of energy behind it. And if you go look up 440 hertz versus 432, you will see that there's a massive difference. 432 is the healing. 432 hertz is the healing of the universe. And every artist that has ever made music with 432 has had some mysterious death surrounding them. The point is that when you have 432, you feel like we were talking about feeling lighter. You feel differently. It literally has a different impact on your body. There was somebody I know that even did, or somebody that used to go to one of the schools I went to, where she did her project on the effect that 432 hertz had on her plants. She had 2 plants, exact environment, did everything exactly, right? The only difference was she put 432 hertz healing frequency under one of the pots, under one of the plants, and didn't put it under the other. That one, in the same amount of time, same conditions, same watering, same light, same everything, that one grew stronger and faster, like higher, right? Stronger and faster than the other one that didn't have the 432. playing at it. So, and plants respond to music. Plants respond to you talking to them. Plants respond to a lot of things. They respond to your environment. So when you look at it, you can see where, um, and I mean, you can go do the research here on YouTube. You will see the difference between 432 and 440. 440 was introduced, during World War II with the Nazis and different things to manipulate and to intensify the fear. All right, we talked about that earlier. How you can control humanity, you control civilization through fear, which is what the news does. So the music that they play nowadays with that heavy, heavy, heavy bass. I like bass. I'm not saying anything wrong with bass. I'm saying that the shit that they subliminally speak about in these songs where you can't understand them because they're mumbling, and then they put it over an 808 drum, which is meant to bring you down. All right, you're not gonna feel the lightness and the energy of, like, say, somebody who practices 432 hertz. And I'm not going to give those artists' name out right now, just because, I mean, most of them have passed on. Like I said, through a mysterious death. There's current artists that are doing it now, but I don't want to put no targets on their back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this algorithm listens, man. You'll see some shit. Right. What's the what? So you have sacred geometry, and then you have sacred sonics, basically like sacred um, frequencies that they've used. And like I said, you'll see, like in a sound bath, that each note or each frequency is tied to a different energy center within the body. So two have flipped out. Well, three have flipped out, but two flipped out like how you see. And then we're going to, I feel like I should still keep pulling some more until I get into this. The point is, listen to the ancestors, man. They knew what the fuck they were talking about. Or we wouldn't all be here right now, listening to each other and collaborating. I should have put this as a premiere. I think that's what the problem has been. I used to get my people on here, but now lately I've just been hitting live instead of premiere. But this could be better, because I'm not getting distracted by questions and conversation. These all flipped upside down somehow. I think the 4 is enough, but I'm just gonna see if there's anything else in the meantime. In between time, you do your thing, I'll do mine. Yeah. Hey, look what fell out right when I said that, baby. I don't know what it is either. Boom, the 9 of emotions. Shouts out to the number 9 for being in this reading and for being in my life. All right, let's get to it. We've got the 9 of voices. I think this one came out later. The 6 of voices in reverse. She looks like she's doing some type of magic, but allowing the magician or the whatever she's, what they call him, the golem, the thing that acts on your behalf. Literally, matter of fact, I was watching something last night too about something similar about it's called The Outer Limits. It's a show from the 60s, a sci-fi show from the 60s. But the point is, the man had used his brain to get fully in alignment with the electromagnetic field, which, by the way, Earth is surrounded by a visible electromagnetic field, and we are electromagnetic beings, right? The Earth's core is a magnet. We are electromagnetic. When the thing earlier, the other card was talking about get outside, get rooted, get grounded, put your feet in the soil. Literally, you can ground yourself that way because you are an electromagnetic being, and the Earth has magnets in its core. and it's also surrounded by an electromagnetic field. Anyways, why I say all that is the man had figured out how to concentrate his mind so much that he could manipulate and influence this invisible electromagnetic field. Well, he could do positive with it, but when he got angry, he would have this cloud with all kinds of electricity and stuff coming out of it, like a little storm cloud. Like how in cartoons when they have the storm cloud come over one character and it'll rain just on them, but this one had lightning and everything. It was attacking people. It was attacking his wife who never supported him. It was attacking his boss who said no. It was doing all this kind of shit, right? And anyways, your thought forms can literally take on a life of their own. So in certain fantasy or quote unquote fantasy, they disguise the real shit as fantasy or sci-fi. So in fantasy show, I think it was the magicians, they would have these things called golems, which would act on the behalf of the person controlling them. So it was like another form of you taking on, a quote unquote human body or whatever form you wanted it to take, and then you would control it with your mind, right? And it would do your bidding for you. Now, a lot of times, sorcerers or wizards will use these to, in a negative light. You could probably use it in a positive light, but usually it's like in a certain type of ritual that has a negative connotation, and it's out here doing your bidding, killing people or doing whatever, stealing stuff and all of that. The point is that your mind is very, 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 very powerful. They claim now there's a myth that you only use 10% of your brain. They've said that you use more, but the point is you don't use 100% of your brain. Whatever the percentage is, you're not using 100% of your brain. So you don't truly know what it is that you are capable of or what it is capable of. Speaking of sound and resonant frequencies, there have been Tibetan monks literally documented of levitating objects and levitating people with sound, just with frequency. All right. So this is why we talk about, having your vibration in alignment. Frequency is literally vibration. It's reverberating off of there's these little hairs in your ears that vibrate, and then they send that signal to your brain. Your brain interprets it as sound. This microphone that I'm speaking through right now, which I hope is out of frame because I worked hard to do that. The microphone that I'm speaking through right now is literally vibrating. It's the sound pressure wave is vibrating, which is causing the magnets to do this thing called, induction and all this extra shit. The point is, getting all science, right? The point is that frequencies are very, very, very powerful, and vibration aligns with the frequency. When you're on a high vibration, you will start to see a lot of high frequency shit in your environment. You'll start to see the light, you'll start to see abundance, you'll see prosperity. When you're on a low vibration, you start to see more destruction. You start to focus in on everything that's wrong, on the problems and different things instead of the solution. Now, um, what that has to do with this is, like I said, she looks like she has some sort of like she's doing power or like a magician on some shit as far as controlling this little aspect of herself. Now maybe this little aspect of herself is breaking free because it looks like it's looking over the thing like it's about to jump, or maybe just checking out the other side. So this little piece of her is maybe looking for, more, or starting to take that adventure. But, your mental capacity works on your behalf, basically. That's what this card is telling me. And just in life, that's what happens is your mental capacity works on your behalf. So if you're having your attention focused in things that are working against you, it's not going to stop your brain from making that happen. It's not going to stop the things around you from happening. But it is up to you to try to, curtail that into a way that it starts to benefit you instead of working against you. At least, somebody say, it would behoove you to do that. It would behoove you to figure out where you're putting your energy and your attention, and figuring out, you know, where to put your vibration. Now, the next card is the Two of Emotions. Now, this kind of looked like a Gemini energy type of card, just because, well, the twos, but it's like the way that these two bodies are intertwined with each other. I don't know if they're twins or a version of the same person splitting off. But you know, the number two is also about balance and harmony. But we got this in reverse, so obviously there's not balance and harmony. But water has to do with emotion as well. They seem to be swimming, and it's like, I don't want to say one is pulling one down, but she is kind of, well, actually, she's holding the other one by her hair and kind of pulling her down, but the other one is like voluntarily kind of floating with her. Um, Let me see. Yeah, y'all can see that card. You see, this person, we got it in the verse, so that's why I'm showing you. But if you look at it, you'll see where this one is kind of pulling the other one down by her hair to pull her down with her. And she's just floating along, just like willing to go with it. So, I don't know. Two of emotions. Emotionally draining. Emotionally pulling you down. I don't think that's what the card. I don't think it's about draining. I feel like it's well, maybe in the reverse. Maybe in the reverse. I don't know. I feel like they're working in tandem, basically. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, the other one is just voluntarily like, okay, I'll go with you. So you're pulling yourself whatever direction that your mind is focused on. Because the other one is working on her she's working on her direction or what she feels is the direction to go. This was the next one. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the next one we have pulled. 10 of materials, baby. We're talking about blooming. We're talking, like I said, springtime, right? Talking about blooming. This shit is vibrant. Now, these are roses, and roses have thorns, but you have all these people together holding hands around a tree. They look like they're smiling. Some of them are facing the camera, some aren't. But yeah, they're united. They're coming together. They're bringing things into material. Like they're materializing the things that they have been desiring. They're focusing their bounty. This is a beautiful fucking card. All right. So we have pulled that. Um, we had pulled that fourth. So I'm going to leave that there. And then this was the last card we had pulled, which was the Nine of Emotions. And literally speaking of levitating, I was talking about levitating, right? She's literally levitating in a meditative state, like the traditional Om type of state. You know, when you go Om and you cross your legs and all of that. That's not the only way to meditate, by the way, but that's how people envision it when they think of it. Man, she got gems all around her, baby. This reminds me of like a computer game or something I used to play when I was a kid. These gems. Yeah, it was like a little frog going through a castle, but I think you had to like solve math problems or something in order to get the gems. Man, I used to play the fuck out of the game. I used to play that game a lot. I used to play that game over and over and over again, man. It was a computer game. Cause it was like you didn't even know you were doing math. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was one of those learning games, but you didn't know that you were learning. It was a fun game. And you used to like get to joust and do all this extra stuff. I gotta find the name of that game. But oh, dropped it. Yeah. Anyways, there's like all these gems floating around, and they're like connected by these dots. Like these, it almost looked like a string of pearls, but like more spaced out a little bit. But these like connecting lines, you know, all these gems are connected to this energy. And there's literally a magic lamp down in the corner of the card, baby. This is what I'm talking about. You can have all your wishes and abundance and prosperity and everything you desire. You know what I mean? But hey, this is on you. All right. This is we got the number 9 multiple times. The number 6, which is a reflection of 9. Yeah. This is about creating your own opportunity. let's get to the cards, shall we? Been talking for a while. Hey, shouts out to 1 hour and 19 seconds when I looked. Now 20. All right, where did we start? The Nine of Voices. The Nine of Voices. I don't know which one aligns to each one. I would say materials is obviously Pentacles. Which one is the Voices though? Emotions could be swords, but they could also be wands. What else we got in here? Hold on. Voices, emotion, inspiration. Okay, inspiration must be wands. Emotions, I'm gonna say, is swords. Yeah. Yeah. How to use this offbeat tarot deck. So maybe they don't align with the other ones. Let me see. You know what though? I just saw something. Whatever. Oh, okay, here it goes. The fiery wands have transformed into inspiration as the suit carries the sparks of motion and a ton of creative energy. The watery cups have transitioned into emotions as the suit helps us to recognize our heart space and tune into our feelings. Okay. The airy swords have grown into voices as the difficulties we face when creating our lives is often a result of communication or of the voices inside our own heads. Ah, see, voices, I automatically thought like projecting your voice. But yeah, the voice in your head, that's a big thing too. We were talking about the subconscious and all that earlier. And the earthy pentacles have bloomed into materials as this suit is about rooting security, wealth, and safety. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Cups, emotions, water. Got it. Anyways, we're doing the Nine of Voices. So, keywords: nightmares, night terrors, illusions, anxiety, worry, keeping you up at night, insomnia, fear, processing difficulties, stress or fear affecting function. We talked about fear a lot here. Maybe you're afraid to go forward. Fear of success is a thing. Fear of failure, but there's also fear of success. Because you don't know, because some people need to be controlled, they need to control things, and they fear the unknown. So if you are successful, what does that look like? That can completely change your life, and now you don't have the comfort that you're used to. You don't have the stagnation that you're used to. You don't know what's coming next, and that could be very frightening for many people. Now, prompt: screaming to sleep. For many moons she had been sleeping in that halfway place of unrest, that place where worry has crept into the sides of her mind and kept her from the deep slumber she so desired. Her eyes would close effortlessly as the body said yes to stillness, but the mind was a canyon full of memories to retrieve and process, and her pillow never seemed to have enough space to hold it all. Even her memory seemed to fade into the liminal when her nightmares. Oh, wait. Even her memory seemed to fade into the liminal with her nightmares. When this lack of respite also creeps into your waking hours and you find your mind spinning without relief, allow the muse to blanket you from above. Your fears are but illusions of the future. Like I said, the future doesn't exist. Your fears are but illusions of the future, while in the present place you are safe, held, and loved. Quiet your mind. Even when it seems far too simple, the answer is always love. Remember this, and being mindful of your circadian clock, let your healing rest take over. Hello, Muse. Hello, Stardust. Drenched in magic, your ripened eyes, without ruse and in full trust, of your truth shall you rise. Hello, Muse. Hello, Stardust. Drenched in magic, your ripened eyes, without ruse and in full trust, of your truth shall you rise. Man, And like I said, so this deck don't have reversals, but we had got it in the reverse. But like I said, it's like she clinging on to something, hoping it'll pull her out. And down here, this is like peaceful rest right here, sleeping on cloud nine. So yeah, clinging to old stories, old past, old narratives, hoping that it's gonna somehow propel you forward. You know, that life is over and done with. It's sitting over there. It's not gonna help you with what you're creating now. Let's get to the Six of Voices. Since we don't have reversals, I'll turn it back over. Where we at? Keywords: transitions, help coming from unexpected places, boom, and transitions, boom. Quiet movement. We talked about quiet confidence in a whole nother deck, right? Quiet movement. Successful expansion after a period of difficulty. Crossing thresholds, changes, realignment. Prompt. Distance covered in the hands of the muse. Like I said, this little one seems like she kind of looking over the ledge, like, all right, you know what I mean? Like ready to jump, or kind of like, is it safe? I was saying that earlier. And this one is kind of doing the puppeteer mastery behind it. The magician is really what I was picking up on. So let's see what this says. She stands at the edge of her sanity. She stands at the edge of her sanity, not knowing how to go any further, but knowing she needs to cross to the other side. Looking up at the heavens, she sends a silent prayer for help and is answered by a lightness that she hasn't felt for so long. The muse of difficult transitions lends a helping hand to those who seek solace and passage to the new states of being, living, and loving. Let me read that. The muse of difficult transitions lends a helping hand to those who seek solace and passage to the new states of being, living, and loving. Sometimes the way across the river is unclear and muddy. In these times, the muse asks us to be open to receiving help from wonderfully unexpected places. Trust that serendipity will find you. Look for kind gestures of beauty, and keep seeking the bright waters over tomorrow's horizon. As these root and stir inside your soul, you will be moved in the direction of small miracles. Yet forward she crosses, her passage of silence, lack laughter without mentions, persuasive steeping, inner quiet, helped by kind intentions. We talked a lot about this earlier. We talked a lot about this without talking about it. You know? Like I said, be open to all possibilities. Other people or the people that you need coming into your reality. But you have to first be rooted in you and understand what you truly desire. Like it says, and I said, don't worry about the how. When it says sometimes the river can be unclear and muddy, you might get mud on you. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get a little dirty and go through the pain in the process. However, there's opportunity on the other side. And sometimes, right before the reading, we were just talking about the fear of success because you don't know what the unknown looks like. You might not ever know. That's not the point of it. It's, are you going to stay stagnant? Or are you going to settle for less? Are you going to limit yourself instead of just dreaming with the lid off and keep moving? Next, we have the Two of Emotions. This is that card where I said it's like in tandem, but like one is kind of pulling down the other, in my opinion, but we'll see. Two of Emotions. Love, relationships, friendship, romance, partnerships, connecting with others, soulmates, mutual attraction, catalyst for creative collaborations. Prompt, consorting with devotion. The Two of Emotions offers a mutual attraction that leaves them floating helplessly in the waters of love and tumbling into the future together. All the feels. They find themselves on the same wavelength,
and possibly drawn to this connection that blossoms so easily. With emotions this synced, they know that this connection is one that will mean a lasting partnership. They are ready to commit their hearts for the long term. They collaborate, working and twisting together in ways that allow them to envision and create their blended reality. This pairing is available to you now and requires honest communication and total authenticity. So sink fearlessly into this realization that it's time to share yourself wholeheartedly with another. This is the only way to drift into love that's being offered. This is the only way to drift into the love that's being offered. Allow yourself, allow your entangled hearts to do the rest. Entangled, enriched, souls perfectly pitched, as our spiral is hitched, new emotion bewitched. So, from the fish, I saw them as like together, right? But with these two women, I thought it was like I said, it's like twins. Like they kind of reflecting. Oh, maybe twin flame energy. That makes sense now. I did say they look like twins or something, like kind of like pulling each other. But that's where you have to be careful. Because if you don't know yourself, you allow somebody else to pull you. You're going to go in the direction that they're going. You don't want to end up being this one up here that's just so willingly following the other and you don't know the other's intentions. Because again, the way that this is illustrated, I still feel like this one at the bottom is seeking what they want and what they desire. They have their own type of well, everybody has negative sides, positive and negative sides, right? So they're bringing whatever they want along with them. And if you don't have boundaries and you don't know you're gonna be here floating like, all right, cool, I'll go with you, and it might not be the best path for you. It might not be the best situation for you to allow yourself to get into. So, you could say that goes back to discernment, but sometimes when you really, really love somebody, you're not even thinking about that. You're just like, yeah, okay, cool, 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 cool. And next thing you know, you look up and you've lost you because you've been following them for so long or trying to fit what you thought that they wanted type thing. Um, yeah, so it's cool to accept that beautiful, pure, light love and flow with it. But you can only bring that in if you truly know you. Because if not, you're gonna attract in some other bullshit, and now you're getting off your path because you never took the time to understand what direction you should truly be flowing in. All right, let's see here. The next one was 10 of materials, baby. What we bringing into our lives. 10 of materials. Uh, Muse of materials. Paid. Oh, here go. 10. All right. Trying to spread it back out. Whatever. Y'all get the point, right? 10 of materials. Material success, family, creating a legacy, a prosperous community, a dynasty of love and wealth, including and helping others, harvest season. Prompt. Bound by the garden of legacy, the 10 of materials brings. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Bound by the garden of legacy. Now, this is the thing. The 10 of materials brings blessings of love and hope through the gifts of nurturing sustenance, vitality and health, prosperity and joy. She is the earthly muse of legacies and material essences, and she offers a window of wealth that will benefit the whole community for lifetimes of wonder. Here, she has blessed them as she is blessing you with the opportunity to eat and dance with her at the table of generosity. Step into your wholeness. Honor her by lifting up others who may not have had the same opportunities or blessings in their lifetime, and know that your harvest will be ample and vibrant. This is the beautiful sign of abundance on the way. This dynasty I weave for you, sweet sacred soul of mine, and legacy create for you, and all your kin in line. But no mistake in this to make. This wealth of right intention, attentions paid to all that's true, is how you buy ascension. This wealth of right intention, attentions paid to all that's true, is how you buy ascension. Elevate through truth, love, light, joy. All right. Abundance and prosperity will follow. As I had read the other piece here about helping others, Manchus always says, you win $1,000,000, you help 1,000,000 people. You won $1,000,000, you help 1,000,000 people. So when you shine your light and you help others, you in turn will start to get back what you truly desire. You will start to get back your materials, right? That's a good word to rhyme with that. And you can see, like I said, it's like unity with all these people down here holding hands and connecting around this tree. Beautiful, beautiful bounty, beautiful card. Now, I feel like this next one is a little bit more individualistic, but let's see what we got. 9 of emotions. Put this here. 9 of emotions. Keywords. A gift from the universe. Dreams manifested. Enjoying your rewards. Fulfillment and satisfaction. Gifts and a positive message from spirit. Prompt. Rainbow recognition. Speaking of frequencies, light waves. All right. That is a spectrum of light. Light works on a spectrum. That's why you see all different kinds of colors. You see like, oh, this is a blue shirt. You see it as blue because of the light reflecting off of it. The wavelength of that light, okay, is producing this color to your eyes. Like black absorbs all colors. White reflects all colors. Yeah, each different color has its own frequency as well. So why am I saying that? Because it said rainbow recognition. When you see the rainbow, you're getting all the colors reflected back to you. Or most of them. I mean, there's not like silver and gold and that type of thing, but that's combining colors. Like there's all the colors can be, transformed to create other colors and things like that. Now, 9 of emotions. Oh yeah, we already read that part. Sometimes it's as simple as floating. We talked a lot about floating today. Just going with the flow, especially with this card. All these cards, because there's a lot of water energy in these cards. Even these clouds, they have water. You know what I mean? Evaporated water forms clouds before it rains back down again. So a lot of water energy here. Even this beautiful rose bush and this tree came from being watered and nurtured. So this is pure water energy right here. So anyways, sometimes it's as simple as floating. The universe doesn't gift beautiful endings to those who simply have talent, confidence, faith, or wisdom. It grants them to those who are brave enough to go after what they want or what they desire. The belief that is needed, only that you are enough to begin. You are enough to begin. You don't need to be totally there yet to know that you are worthy, loved, and whole. Just put one foot in front of the other. When you wish your dreams to life, how big are you making them? Are they luminescent enough to keep you going when things get a little dark? Do they light the way when you forget why you wanted them in the first place? Remember that it can be easy. That it is easy. You too have everything you need to reach out and accept this gift from the universe. It's not other, it's yours. Make a choice to go get it because your gift is on the way. A tasted life of wishes brings the ups and downs of joyful strings, and after all my learning sings, my satisfied rewards forth springs. Listen, it's exactly what we've been talking about for an hour and 20 minutes, all right? This right here is exactly what it is, okay? Dang, I lost the page because I got excited. Facts though. Where we at? Where we at? Boom. We talked about it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to make your life so hard to get the rewards. That is what society teaches you, and it's complete bullshit. It is. You do not need to have some difficult. Now, I'm not gonna say that there's not gonna be difficult challenges because those obstacles do help form you. They help teach you. You sometimes you learn more in the harder times than in the the easy flowing type of times. But you don't have to put in hard work in order to get rewards. You have to maintain and remain open to all possibilities. 2024, you can, I'm not gonna say you will, you can meet the people that you are meant to meet, see the people that you are meant to see, learn or listen to the lectures or the books or the whatever that you were meant to feel. And why I say that is like you have to create the opportunity. You have to open the door. All right. That's what we were just talking about, the title of this video and everything, right? Opening that door. But you have to know which door you're seeking. You understand? You're going to have 4 doors open in front of you. It could be 60 doors in front of you. Your intuition will guide you like that's the one I want. Who knows what waits on the other side? It's going to be a lot of unknown. We just talked about that in this other card right here. It's a lot of unknown with the 6 of voices. However, it truly is that easy of tuning your frequency, which we spoke of, and your vibration towards what you truly desire. Not what you want, because want is temporary. What is your true desire as a whole? Dream with the lid off. Don't put stipulations on your dreams like, oh, I want this, but I like that, but I want this, but how am I gonna? It doesn't matter about how. All right, you have to maintain and remain open to all the possibilities that could come forth. Because maybe there's a company, for instance, there's a company right now where you can get business funding just for having a 680 credit score. And I know I say just. Listen, I had to rebuild my shit over 100 points, so I get it. However, when you hit that 680, they will give money for your business just for having that credit score. You don't have to have revenue for your business. That means it's startup friendly. So again, I'm just saying that's one example. Like, there's going to be things that you're, again, we talked about how you might think there's only 2 options, and the whole time there's 4 options. The whole time there's 16 options. So this card, I mean, that wraps it up perfectly. And you see, like we talked about, how she's floating, she's levitating. Frequency makes that happen. There's nothing but gems around her. Like, I want to read this again just because it's so perfect. You don't need to be totally there yet to know that you are worthy, loved, and whole. Just put one foot in front of the other. Speaking of New Year's resolutions and things, I was working out the other day. They do like a new program every January, and she was like, "You just need to worry about 1 step to 2. You don't need to worry about 1 to 10. You need to worry about 1 to 2. All right, 1 foot, next foot, 1 foot, next hand. All right. Anyways, yeah, just put 1 foot in front of the other. When you wish your dreams to life, how big are you making them? Make them unrealistic, because you never know, you might get there. Are they luminescent enough to keep you going when things get a little dark? Life is going to happen. It's not going to always be sunshine and rainbows, whatever. There's going to be adversity. There's always contrast, what you don't want showing up in your life. Why? Because you're not true and rooted into who you are, or you're not in the proper alignment at the time, or sometimes maybe a family member dies. Okay? That's a tough thing to get through. But if your dreams are big enough, you're still going to show up. You're not going to say, oh man, my mother died. Well, I just give up on life now. I quit. There's nothing worth living for. Would she want that for you? there's different mothers in the world. Not every mother is like the sitcom mom that is super supportive and loves their child and all that kind of stuff and is nurturing. But most mothers would desire for their child to keep on living and thriving and smashing the shit out of their goals even when they're gone. All right. So if your goal is big enough or your purpose is purpose driven and your passion is big enough, you're not going to give up just because there was a setback, just because you're in debt, or you went through a breakup, or you lost your best friend, or your dog drowned, whatever it is. You know what? I'm just giving extreme examples, but like seriously, sometimes when life happens, we feel like there's no purpose, there's no point. I shouldn't go on anymore. Many of you, I don't know if it's first time on my channel or not, but many of you know I had battled suicide in the past. I was in the ICU for suicide, right? But now I'm here shedding light and giving gems and helping other people on their journey. So sometimes it is the darkest moments, but if you have a real passion or a true purpose, you're going to be here for when you're meant to be here. All right? Don't worry about 2028. Who knows what's going to happen in 2028? Right now, it's your job to focus on 2024, the 6th of January, on the Gregorian calendar, which is what the United States follows. We talked about that earlier too. Create your own destiny. In any case, where are we at? Oh, your dreams. Do they light the way when you forget why you wanted them in the first place? Remember that it can be easy, that it is easy. You too have everything you need to reach out and accept this gift from the universe. It's not other, it's yours. Make a choice to go get it because your gift is on the way. This is beautiful. I like this shit. All right. Shouts out to the people joining now. I had to reread some things because it's been some hours. It's not been hours, but catch everybody up to speed. We started with the white rhinoceros. We had this beautiful reading. Let's see if there's any other animal spirit that will come out to send us off. All right. Everybody and their mother wanted to come out today. We couldn't get no cards in the beginning. Now we're getting everybody. This flipped over when all that happened. So we're going to read that because, wolves are also my spirit animal too. Now, this is a timber wolf, so it's a little bit different, but it's still a wolf. I don't think I need to shuffle anymore after that, but just in case, just to be fair, I will see. Just to be fair. I think that's what we need. Whoa, what is this? This is backwards. Man, these are different as far as shuffling is concerned. We going with the Timberwolf. All right. Let's see what the message is. Oh, number 39, baby. All right. 3s and 9s are very, very, very sacred to me. So let's get that. Turn right to it, baby. Timberwolf. Instinct, guidance, belonging, order. The moon is full on the Arctic plain. Restless energy stirs the night. The alpha male enters the circle watched by all. He speaks through his eyes and undertones of growl. The pace of his movement dictates the plan. By the vision he holds in his mind, everyone knows what to do. This is already reminding me of, divine masculine, divine feminine, right? Divine masculine is very action oriented. But again, this is about getting clear about you and the paths that you desire to take and the paths that you should be in alignment with. Because once you know the plan, everything else going to fall in line. Your spirit guides are going to know what to do. Your ancestors are going to know what to do. You're going to know what to do. The how doesn't have to be mapped out 36 months in advance. All right? Because things happening, sometimes you got to adapt. Anyways, get back to the card now. The pace of his movement dictates the plan. By the vision he holds in his mind, everyone knows what to do. He moves and they move with him in coordinated pursuit of their aim. The hunt has begun. Wolf has roamed the earth for millions of years, feared by some, revered by many, and honored as a special teacher and guide. In Egyptian mythology, Kemet, the wolf was the scout to find the best path forward. His name meaning opener of the ways. That's crazy because the opener of the doors is Anubis or Anpu, which is the jackal. You've probably seen him if you follow Egyptian mythology, or even if you don't, right? So, opener of the way, opener of the doors. That's really how I got pulled into spirituality, and you see the name of this title of this video, right? All right, cool. So now, his name meaning opener of the ways. The Tania people of Alaska viewed wolves as brothers, believing they once were men. Native Americans respected and emulated Wolf's great hunting abilities because he not only provided food for himself and his pack, but also for the greater community. Again, another card talking about community. All right. Fox, Coyote, and Raven, who all follow closely behind. Yo, there's been coyotes and foxes running around. I live in the suburbs, dog. And there's freaking coyotes outside. No BS. Like on my Ring alarm, they keep showing those. There's foxes, coyotes, and ravens out here running these streets. I'm just letting y'all know. Who often follow closely behind. While often associated with the raw call of the wild, the wolf pack way is highly ordered, cooperative, and disciplined. The alpha male and alpha female are the only ones allowed to breed, and normally they mate for life, ensuring that only the strongest genes are passed down to future generations. The entire pack of 2 to 30 wolves cooperates in hunting, feeding, protecting, and training the pups, with aunts and uncles often competing for the chance to babysit. While dominance may be challenged with rituals of staring, growls, and body language, respect is the underlying law, and fights are very rare. Many members stay with the same pack for life. The message. I know some of y'all don't want to hear about wolves. I do. But anyways, the message. Wolf comes to you as one of the most powerful guides on your journey to help cultivate an unbreakable line of communication with your intuition. Wolf reminds us that there's a pulse of deep inner knowing that often surpasses what the surface mind can see. He calls for a level of trust in his primal instinct that will allow you to take action when the moment calls, even when you don't know why or exactly what it is leading you. There is a greater path unfolding. Oh, my bad, I read the other part wrong. Even when you don't know why or exactly where it is leading you, there is a greater path unfolding. Let the call inspire you into motion, trusting that later you will look back and understand why. One of the things that will help you open the channels of communication with your inner guide is to bring the aspects of your everyday life into order. Sometimes we resist cleaning house because we feel it's not as important as the other things that need doing. But when we bring a healthy sense of focus to our schedule and order to our external world, our inner world quiets. Communication with life, too, becomes clearer. Wolf calls you to discover a new sense of freedom through order, while remaining open to the call of the moment. Spontaneity, being open to possibility, right? Lastly, Wolf comes to remind you that while there are times when you must walk alone, life's truest fulfillment comes in joining energy with others toward a collective aim. Take time to honor the members of your pack. Call them close to you and recognize each for the gift they bring. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance and help. And when the time comes, being willing to be a source of the same. When spirits are aligned, there is great power in numbers. I am home with my tribe, and I feel a sense of belonging in the world. Guided by my instincts and the voice of God within, my actions are in service of a greater whole. Listen, some of y'all triggered by the word God. There is God within you, light within you, source energy within you, universe lives within you. Everything you can find in the cosmos is literally in the human body, including carbon and iron and oxygen and all kind of things. But this part right here, when we're talking about joining energy with others towards a collective aim, and it said, take time to honor the members of your pack. Where is it at? Yeah, basically honoring their gifts, right? We got that card in the other deck too. There was a card talking about in the Muse deck, we were talking about the collective energy and honoring other people's gifts as well as our own. So, again, number 6, talking about family and household. That could be tribe. It doesn't have to be, there's this thing about chosen family, right? It don't have to be your family like you were born in. It could be your family that you choose because you go to like spoken word nights or whatever, and you really vibe with those people. So again, 2024 is bringing in, you know, it. I want to say it will, but I can't speak for you because you have to be the one to first get clear about what path you're taking and follow that and stay in alignment. Your vibration has to fully want it. Everybody talks about law of attraction, they forget about law of vibration. If your vibration is not in alignment, then you're not going to get the thing that you're desiring. All right? You have to become the person that has that thing. So understanding that, like, I gave this example before, right? If you say that you want to be on a yacht, there's no way that you're shopping at Dollar Tree. Those two things do not align with each other. You understand? When you're looking for bargains and discounts and like cheap shit that's going to break in 6 months to a year, that doesn't align with people that demand quality. People that are chilling on yachts are not shopping at Dollar Tree. I get, you want to save money, stick to your budget, do all that kind of shit, but maybe that just means eating out a little bit less in order to do so you can get something of quality that's going to last. And it's not to say those, you got to take those two things to heart, but I'm just saying, like, as an example, think about other examples in your life where you say you want this thing, but then you do this thing. You understand? You technically could eat pizza 3 days a week and still lose weight because it's about calories. However, pizza weighs you down. It has a lot of oil and salt and butter and extra sugar and all kinds of stuff, fat in it, that is not conducive to being fit. You can be like physically healthy. I've seen dudes be physically healthy, but then they're eating a bunch of processed BS from Taco Bell and McDonald's and Pizza Hut and all this crap. Like their bodies are not healthy, but they have a 6-pack because they are in the military, they work out. But at the end of it, they're not truly healthy. We talked about the vibrations earlier, things weighing down your body. Certain foods weigh down your body more than others. You can lose weight eating pizza 3 days a week. But if you say that you want to be healthy, meaning physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that's not in alignment with that goal. All right? That type of person is not eating pizza 3 days a week. They're just not. Especially if you're eating pizza with like dairy on it, dairy, cheese, and processed animal carcass and cow pus and all of that shit. You're definitely not in alignment, all right? Because that's a lot of inflammation in the body, and there's no way you could be free and flowing and light bodied like we talked about if you are indulging in those things. So, boom. Thank you for joining me. Listen, man, if this helped you, share it, help somebody else out, right? We talking about community. Share it and help somebody else out. I'm not going to do the whole like and subscribe and click the bell and blah, blah. Do what you want to do. But I know that I helped you. That's what I know. Okay? I know that. So if you know that, then just share it. It's literally you just click the little arrow thing and send it to somebody else and help them out too. But if you don't want to, you want to keep me as a secret gem of yours, well, at least just hit the little like thumb button down below, or do something, comment, whatever. Anyways, yeah, we are out of here.